All right, welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Okay, quick video here. We're going to talk about Trump and then we're going to talk about Justify winning the Triple Crown. Okay, so hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are enjoying the videos I'm posting on Eyes Open Media. Okay, so we talked about Trump already twice and Kim Jong Un meeting. And here's the third time. Okay, so here's the third video on this. Trump, Kim Jong Un are now at the summit. They have arrived at the summit in Singapore. Okay, and so everybody's covering this, and it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. Okay, so we know that the prophecy from Prophet Solomon was that as soon as the meeting is about to happen, the bottom would fall out. And that's what the Lord told her. Okay, so we're watching it to see. Now, remember, he did cancel in the beginning. Then it came back on. It canceled again. They came back on. Now they're both in Singapore. So let's see what happens. Let's see if something happens right before the meeting. The meeting is on June 12th, so we still have a long way time before things can happen. Now remember, Trump just was at the G7 meeting and he said some things about Canada's prime minister, right? And how he was unfair for how Canada was ripping them off on tariffs and things like that and all types of stuff. So and yeah, he was basically on his own. Okay, the G7, the other countries are not feeling Trump and the way he's carrying himself, and Trump's sitting there like, I'm winning. Like, so that's all he cares about. All he cares about is winning. So he wants the tariffs to be right. He doesn't want America to be raped from tariffs and also product deals and trade deals and all types of other things like that. Anything that is not good for everything that's ripping off America, he wants to stop now. Okay, and yeah, and so the other countries are just very, very upset. He also wants the other countries to take responsibilities for their own stuff, their own country, their own actions, and their own bills. Pay your own debts. Pay your own way into the United Nations. Pay your own IMF bills. Pay your own European Union bills. Why do we have to pay everything, right? So all that, and they don't like that because a lot of these countries want to really just rape off America, right? They want America just to do everything, okay? And Trump's like, no, you do it. Just same thing as Trump's saying to the Middle East. He's saying same thing to the Eastern world. You pay your own stuff and you take care of your own countries and you lift your values of your own countries, right? And you use your own currency. Okay, so and stop waiting on America to do it for you. Okay, so that's basically what's going on. And so yeah, so they're both in Singapore. So I'm surprised that even happened, right? So now we're gonna see are they actually gonna meet on June 12th, or is something going to take place right before the meeting happens to not allow this meeting to happen? Okay, so we're gonna see if that prophecy comes to pass or not, and we're all gonna be here. I'm gonna do a video on it. If they meet, I'll do a video. If something happens and they don't meet, I'll do a video. So we'll see it together. Okay, we're in this together. We'll see how this unfolds. Okay, and then lastly, if you guys don't know, the horse racing happened yesterday for the Triple Crown at Belmont, and the horse Justify, I guess that's how you say it, won the Triple Crown. Okay, and so now this horse has basically recorded about $75 million. Now, what's so important about this? Well, first of all, it's the 13th horse to ever win the Triple Crown, meaning winning the three most important races of the year back to back. Okay, the Preakness, the Belmont, and the Kentucky Derby. Okay, but the real thing I'm talking to you guys about this is because I want you guys to pay attention. Why? Because sports are rigged, right? Most sports are rigged. Okay, and the reason why I'm saying that is because George Soros is behind this horse. Okay, George Soros' company, one of his companies, is behind this Justify horse. Okay, and so what's going to happen, in my opinion, is that they rigged this horse because number 13 is really satanic number for the kingdom of Satan, and so they wanted to make sure that it was a satanic guy behind it, that represented the 13th horse. So it's no coincidence that the number 13, George Soros, and the Triple Crown 3. I mean, you can go on and on and on, but George Soros is behind this. Even one of the reporters said that no one wants to talk about George Soros being behind this horse. They're keeping it tight lip. They don't even know how that news got out because they've been keeping it a tight lip that George Soros is behind this horse and they don't want to get in trouble. Okay, so and so what's going to happen now? So this horse has basically earned about $75 million. Guess what's going to happen? George Soros is most likely going to take those funds, and those are free funds because this is just a horse race, right? So he'll take these free funds and he'll spend them on Black Lives Matter protests. He'll spend them on, any type of agenda he wants, racism in America. He'll keep the pressure on the protesting, the dividing of the country. This is what he uses these funds for, by the way. This is chump change to George Soros, right? But he's able to use it for elections purposes coming up. We have midterm elections. George Soros is behind many of these politicians that are going to be running. There's a black politician in Florida I think that was supposed to be running. And George Soros is behind him. I'm like, oh my goodness. So George Soros is putting his money behind a lot of these people that see things his way. And he's also going to be funding a lot more protests and stuff. This is why this is important. So I wanted to make sure you guys knew that this horse winning is going to bring George Soros and his company some money, millions of dollars to be able to use towards more protesting, more dividing America, and behind politicians and things like that see the world his way to try to get them in office. Okay, so just, I just want to give you guys a heads up on that because many of you guys did not know that. Okay, so that's it. So let's see what Trump does. Let's see what Kim Jong Un does, as we get closer to June 12th and their historic meeting. If it does happen, we'll check it out. Maybe I'll have video of it if I can upload it. And if not, then we'll just talk about it. And if it doesn't happen, we'll talk about it and we'll see what happened. Why didn't it happen? What was the fallout? And so we'll see. So I'll talk to you guys later. And this is going to be exciting. It's going to be an exciting week. Last week I said it was going to be a quiet week. And this week's going to be a loud week, as we can see right now. It's going to be a very, very loud week. I'm looking at the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th. Actually, I'm looking from the 10th to the 21st, really, in the grand scope of things for this week, for this month, to see what really happens. Because Ramadan is about to end for those who celebrated it in the Middle East and around the world, of course. But that's going to be ending, and then we got some other things coming in for the Middle East as well, and governments being set up and all this. So from this point forward, going all until maybe let's say October 17th, I'm going to be very, very looking for a lot of historic things to happen. So let's see what happens. Talk to you guys later. Eyes open. Bye.